Hello everybody, it's Dragana here from Saacibo. Welcome back to my channel. I have something really special to show you today. I've never done a journal like this before. I know I always say that, but you know, this is really different. You'll see what I mean. It's the third one from the Forest Whispers collection, and I've done the cover in the video. There is a video. I'll link it down below. I'll try to remember that. And I've been meaning to do it, and I would start and stop and start and stop, but I really put a lot of work into it. It's a different layout, so it was a bit difficult for me to just wrap my head around it, because yeah, I couldn't use regular papers, and you'll see why. All right. Dropped something there. Alright, so here it is. I just love it so much. It's so cute. So cute. Ta-da! Here it is. Look, it's not the regular size. It's the A5, but it's going like a landscape version. It's going that way. So the cover I've done a while ago. Well, maybe a couple of months, I'm not sure, but I had it sitting in the corner of my desk, and I've been collecting bits and pieces to put in, and I just never seemed to be able to finish it. And then the other day I thought, I'm just gonna do it, and I won't stop until it doesn't matter if I have other orders. Whatever happens, I'll just be working on this one, and it actually worked out. So I think it turned really nice, and I hope you like it too. And the cover is protected with a layer of varnish, and I did some stitching. I covered the spine with this soft fabric. I did a bit of trim there, and I used my Forest Whispers collection digital kit for this one, for the cover anyway. So this is like a metal nameplate. I think I put one of the purple cards labels inside. I can see a little flower, and little metal corner protectors are here, just because it's a no fabric cover, and I did stitch around, but the corners always get damaged, so I think it's good to have them there. And the size, I should do that as well. The size is 8 inches by 5 inches. And the spine is 1 3/4. It's got 3 signatures. It's quite heavy, but I love it. It's just so unusual. And like I said at the start, it wasn't that easy for me to actually create this one, but I love the challenge. All right, here we go. This is the first page, and here I created a little like a pocket that's made out of 2 envelopes that are joined together, and I glued it onto the cover. I added a piece of string with a charm, a deer charm. I thought it was so nice. And there is a pocket here that's from the flap of this envelope, and then there are 2 pockets over here, and in these pockets I included just some of the little stickers like these in the shape of postage stamps, and some of these clear ones with the flowers, and I put them in this excuse me in this paper, just so they're easier to pull out. And over here I just put a little butterfly, lace butterfly. I didn't want to glue it anyway. I thought whoever ends up owning this journal, they can decide where they want that beautiful butterfly, in this journal or somewhere else. And this is one of my specimen cards that was created from playing cards. I have a video tutorial on how to make these, but I think since this is like a forest theme, that leaf is just so appropriate for this journal. It's a hazelnut tree leaf. and maybe this way better. Alright, so 3 signatures, and each is constructed quite similarly. I didn't only use my digitals, I also used scrapbooking paper, and I had this really nice one, this one and that one, and it just combines so well with my own. And this is a printout of a vintage, I think, what is it, newspaper or some ad for the roses. And it's hard to explain how these were created because the papers are not, you know, look, the papers are never that long, you know, I would only get to here, so I had to kind of extend each page. So here I would have long, but it would only come up to here, so then I had to use this one for over there, and then it only comes up to here. So I've been doing that like half page, full page, half page, full page. So I did struggle a little bit just wrapping my mind around it, but in the end it was so worth it. It's just a really unusual and different journal, and I just love it. This is from the digital. I just print out a page with some mushrooms and a plain tea stain paper on the back, so that can go there. And I did a lot of stitching in this journal, as you'll see, and a lot of stenciling and some stamping, I think. So all the signature covers are stitched, and also some of the inside pages as well. So over here I did some stenciling here, and I used vellum paper that was glued here, and I cut out this using my die cut machine, and I cut it out from that digital page. And again, another printout of an old newspaper. Here I just did some decorative stitching as well, again some stenciling, and I used a lot of those they're like sketchbook paper. They're quite thick, almost like watercolor paper. I had these big blocks that I used for drawing, and because they were A3 size, I think, or A2, they were big enough to be put inside. So there are no ordinary like copy papers in this journal, just scrapbook paper or sketchbook paper, which is perfect for someone who likes to draw and glue a lot of things. So here I have one of my herbal cards. I think this is from volume 3, and this little tag that I've created a while ago, and I had it, backed it up with some these were like file folders or something, but it had lines, so you can write on the back. This is here, beautiful moments. And I did some these paints are actually for painting on the glass, but I actually painted on the paper, and they leave like textures, so they're raised bumps kind of thing. I like that effect. Okay, and this is a pocket created from the book page. That's the gardening book page, and I've been using it a lot, and I just folded it in and then that way, and added a little cluster here. This lace flower comes from a bigger piece that I picked up on a flea market like a few months ago, and it was, I could not believe it was a big piece like that, and it cost me only like, I don't know, $3 or something. I felt really bad because someone must have spent hours and hours making these crochet pieces with lots of little flowers, and it was perfect for me because I don't want to use the whole thing, I just want little flowers. So that was a really good find. I doubt it's going to repeat again, even though the second-hand sellers, they get smarter and smarter. If they see something is in demand, they will raise the price. But you know, and that crochet piece had a little stain in one corner, and maybe that's why they just sell it to me so cheaply. Anyway, I created this little cluster here from the a digital fussy cut page, and I stitched around, but this is from a scrapbooking paper. So, a bit of stenciling there. And I just love this. Again, I had to extend the page so that it was the right size, and then because this one was coming only up to here, I print out this one and I added a bit of lace and some flowers, and I think it's so cute. You can see where I glued it. Anyway, and for the middle section I chose this scrapbooking paper. Again, it couldn't go all the way because of the size. It was a larger sheet, but I had these postcards from the digital kit, so I decided to just stitch that one. Doesn't matter if it goes over, and then to use to make it into a pocket like that. Thought that was interesting, and you can still write on this side. And I just realized I punched a little hole here because I want to put a charm and I forgot to put it, so I'll have to remember to do it. Anyway, this is a bookmark that I made. I went through a stage where I made a lot of bookmarks, so I had a whole stash of them, so I tried to include them in my journals if they're matching the colors and the theme. Over here I just added a little pocket and I put a tag and my certificate. Okay, this is again when I was stitching the pocket and the sewing showing on the other side, so I decided just to stencil these leaves and branches. And I think I used some green and some darker color. It might have been grey or something like that, just to have it like a, so it's not the same color. Bit of gradient happening there. Again, another pocket and a newspaper printer. These again, roses, and I think I used, for the backing, I used my lace collection, vintage lace collection, and for the front, I'm trying to think. I think this is also from Forest Whispers. I decorated a lot of the pages with stenciling, but it's really in light colors so that you can actually write over it. It's not a heavy paint, it's just like a wash, really light. And here's a little cluster with a butterfly. Again, that's the second part of that page with the book page. And here I folded that over and I covered this with scrapbooking paper to create a little pocket, and I put two of my paper cards inside. So, and then here, this is a pocket, and this postcard is also from Forest Whispers, I think. So here I used, for the end bit, I used a junk mail envelope. I created a pocket here, but also one over here with the scrapbooking paper, so it's a double pocket. And I lined it up with one of my, I think, Mystic Travels, I think. And this tag is also from Forest Whispers. I backed it up with some scrapbooking paper, which is kind of light, so you can still write over it. And I did some stitching as well. Okay. Flower. And over here, this is, I've forgotten the name of that tree in English. I know it in Bosnian, but in English I can't really remember what's it called. But I laminated it and I stitched around, so I thought that was Nice touch. And we come to the second or the middle signature. Again, the same construction. I used half of the page from the other side, this one to create the pocket here, and half of the page from this side to create pocket here. So stitching as well, and it worked out really well in the end. I did struggle, I guess. And over here I stenciled this like a doily design, and then I used this from the digital, and I'm not good with cutting round, round shapes. It just gets really messy. So I decided to just rip that part and ink it, and I think it looks really cute. It worked out better than if I was trying to cut it perfectly round. It wouldn't work. And I just included some labels. I thought were nice. And over here, this is from scrapbooking paper, I think, but when I glued it I left this bit open so that it can be used as a little pocket. Okay, and more stenciling here as well. And then here with that book page I created this flip with the postcard. And over here I had leftover strips of these scrapbook papers, and I decided to just create pockets with them, like a little pockets, and I used all three of them that you will probably see by the end of this flip through, that I used them in all of the signatures. So it's a little doily, paper doily, and I think this image just goes so well with this color here. You can write over here and do things underneath. So for here again, from the digital Forest Whispers, there is a page with just like journaling cards, and there's like 4 on the page, but I didn't cut them out separately. I cut them 2 and 2, so when I folded those 2 I end up with this. Where is the second? With that, and a little bit of white that's in between. It's hidden in the actual sewing, so you can't see it. Alright, and I added a bit of lace, and I ripped that part and I inked it. I just like the effect. Okay, and some paper writing music if you wish to, and I turned this into a pocket. Again, I used ink on a torn edge. I just like it like that. And here we have a page with lines from the kit that I printed like that. And that's another one of those, because there were 4 cards and I cut in 2 and folded them, and I ended up with 2 of those with different images. I just love that effect. Just love that edge, and also like the lace. It just goes so well. And for the middle signature I decided to use my handmade paper, but because it's only that big I had to glue it in between 2 pieces of scrapbooking paper like that. Just have 2 of these and then glue them together with this in the middle, and I just decorated this edge with some lace and flowers. I think that's a really nice spread there. Same on this side. Okay, so we have a second half of this signature, and over here I used the page with mushrooms, and instead of cutting each one separate I decided to use them like that, with the ripped edge and a bit of background, and just turned it into pockets. So there are 2 pockets there. Again, we have a flip out here, and with the longer postcard I decided to fold it along that line and just hinge it with a piece of paper here and a piece there. So it can be like a secret writing spot. Alright, and then again we have a little pocket there. I included a postcard from Forest Whispers and another double pocket with junk mail envelope that I decorated with some scrapbooking paper. And again a big tag from the kit that I stitched around and I backed with some scrapbooking paper. A bit of flower, the same fabric that I used to cover the spine, and also some dried flowers that were laminated. This is a petal from, I think, a blue hibiscus, the garden hibiscus, the one that can withstand cold weather, not the tropical one. Alright, so this is the third signature. Again, the same construction, and I had a little, like a booklet notepad that I created a while ago, and I had made a few of these actually. This is the last one of them, and I'll just lay them up and then stitched over, and I think this one just looks really nice in here. That doesn't want to go in. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. So I love this spread. Isn't it gorgeous? I stenciled this here, just a corner, and the whole thing over here, and I used brown, dark grey and green as well. Just have a bit of gradient happening there. And I cut out this shape. I had die cut with this shape. I cut it out and I glued this picture, and I glued it onto this scrapbooking paper, and I turned it onto a belly band. And this is also from the digital, just an image, and that's what it looks like when it's scanned in die cut. I think it's just so gorgeous. Alright, more stenciling there. Again we have a book page, and created a pocket from the part that was here, just lift up, and then flip this end as well, so that the flower can be seen completely, because once I turned this up it was covering the flower all the way, and I wanted it to be seen. And plus it created a little pocket, and this is one of my specimen cards. I think some flowers that I dried and I laminated. Again, this is tea stained paper, just put a bit of stenciling, just like for writing notes. How do I have it? Like this. And over here as well, the writing that was underneath I covered with this paper, and also created a little tuck spot or a pocket. This is just backed onto some scrapbooking paper, and it was stitched around. More stenciling here. Oh, look at this butterfly. It's from the fussy cut page of the Forest Whispers digital. And instead of just gluing it down, I thought, why not create a little pocket? So I just put the glue here, and then the top bit left open, so it can be used as a little pocket. Here we have a pocket with music sheet, and with the real music sheet, and the one from the scrapbooking paper. I love that green. I think it looks really nice in this journal, that green. The postcard from the kit, I did some stamping there. And the little stickers that I put in the envelope that I shown you at the beginning can be used to be placed here on the actual postcards. I didn't want to do it, so you know, whoever ends up owning this journal, they can do it themselves. They might probably enjoy doing that, I don't know, but you know, that's what I actually imagined it would happen. Now here for the middle spread again I used the scrapbooking paper that wasn't long enough, but I ended up using the back of the postcards on both sides and stitched around to create pockets. I did some stenciling just to cover the white area. This is a little tag from the digital. You can go there, put a little doily there just for decoration. And this is, you know, one of the notepads from leftover papers. I always like to include at least one of them in every journal. Okay, here again we have that page that's extended and decorated with some torn fabric and a bit of lace and a flower. And then plain paper to write or draw. There's just a bit of lace there. And over here again the book page. You can certainly cover this with something. I left it as it is because of the picture of the flowers there. And here just when I folded the page I covered the writing because it was going the wrong way up. I covered with some scrapbooking paper and some fabric and a few lace flowers. And again I put a stem. I actually made a stem with the word Saacibo. Finally I did that. I've been meaning to do it for a while and it's so much easier. I can stem now with just one instead of going each letter separately. It would take me forever, but now I can do it just in one go. Okay, and the end of the third signature. Again we have this pocket, another postcard with a picture of an, I'd say angry owl, but I still love it although it looks angry. And another postcard with yellow roses and a pocket made with junk mail envelope. Okay, this is the end. Over here I created a little corner pocket. You see, I can't cut straight. It would never look like a circle, so I just used these scissors, either zigzag or the scalloped ones, to cut round shapes. It just works better for me. And again another one of the herbal cards from volume 3, and just a piece of tea stained paper with some stenciling to write little notes. So that is my Forest Whispers number 3 journal. The other two that I've made were also very nice and special, but I think this one's the best of them. I don't know, maybe because I spent a lot of time working on it, or because it's different, but I just think it's gorgeous. And with that one I want to include this as well. It is a little journal, look at that. It's got 2 signatures and covered spine and stitched around with the same kit, but inside I decided just to put handmade paper. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's got, I think, what, 6 pages in each, or is it 12 pages in each signature, and I think it's just so cute, isn't it? It's really nice, and that will come as part of this journal, with the journal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little presentation of mine, and I hope you like this journal. Let me know in the comments what you think. For anyone who is interested in owning this beautiful journal, I will have it in my Etsy shop in the section called journals. Thank you all for watching. I hope I see you soon in my next video. I have a little tutorial planned out, and Hopefully it won't be too long before I upload it. But anyway, thanks again for watching. See you soon. Bye.